As we enter a new century, there are approximately 500,000 hectares of second-growth forests in BC that are between 40 and 120 years old, with merchantable timber. The prevailing approach of government and big industry to these forests is to clear-cut them and replant. The Sayward Forest on Vancouver Island near Campbell River is approximately 280,000 acres in size. A unique combination of circumstances has created the most intensely managed second-growth forest in BC. Aggressive clear-cut logging and some of the biggest forest fires in the history of the province destroyed all of the trees in a relatively short time in the 20s and 30s. Along came the Second World War, and the government found themselves with a labor force of conscientious objectors. Some of them were put to work replanting the Sayward Forest, planting trees as narrow as 6 feet by 6 feet spacing. Today, the Sayward is an extremely dense second-growth forest between 50 and 60 years old on Crown land. In the early 80s, the local Ministry of Forest started a commercial thinning program with some unusual criteria for logging contractors. Bob Woods has been involved in commercial thinning in second-growth forests since the mid-70s and has been working in the Sayward since 1980. He has been instrumental in developing and training crews in innovative, low-impact logging systems for commercial thinning in a second-growth forest. The Ministry of Forest was aiming for 1 to 1.5% site degradation from skidding the logs. This has been accomplished with small equipment that only requires narrow access trails. The trails are 2.5 meters wide and 80 meters apart, following the gently rolling landscape. Stumps on the trails are cut at ground level rather than being removed. Slash and brush is piled on the trails to minimize the impact of the equipment.
Here's a stump that we've cut off nice and flush. We'll leave the root system here instead of digging it out, making a big hole. And then the trees, both sides of the road, the trees are fell on here and it's covered with limbs. You're seeing a picture now of limbs that have had probably 140 loads hauled over them. So they do wear down, but it makes a good mat for foraging on. And our foraging trails are 2.5 meters wide. They're fairly narrow. We don't have to open up the stand of timber and make big openings for wind throw and stuff. So it works fairly good.
Small streams and creeks can be crossed with portable ramps, again because of small equipment. Falling in a second-growth forest requires some special skills. The canopy is thick, and the fallers have to fall in the direction of the trail, so that the trees come straight out and they have to avoid hitting other trees. The contractor is penalized for damage to trees that are left standing in the forest.